Good morning to the people. Yeah. Well, good morning to the people. Hi, everybody. 9:45 in the cellar zone. Aye, 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 aye. We're in the cellar zone. Option sellers for the win. This is what we do, baby. This is what we do. This is what we do. This is what we do. Yeah, this is what we do. Every morning we're here to, bring the people along. Want folks to know that we're here in the cellar zone, doing some stuff. Oh, wait. Okay. So Jamie, take it away, my friend.
Wow.
Listen, why don't get excited every time I do the same thing. Don't get excited.
Magnificent handoff.
I
Okay.
do the same thing every time. Every time. I
Lord.
do.
First of all, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, and the Russell 2K are all up. The VIX is down right now, 1.53%. NASDAQ is the only one that is down currently, 0.17%. S&P futures are flat. They head for the fifth straight winning week. All right. Let's see what we got going on. In terms of earnings, the only thing happening this morning was JP Morgan Chase and Company reported, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, I believe this is Bank of New York, Fastenal, and Bank 7. So they all reported this morning. So do not be surprised if you see activity based on those. I will say, before we get to the calendar this morning, the push up for some of these was real. This was the real deal push up right here. I mean, look at this here. This first calendar is serious, right? And that's on RUT. So you know SPX is serious. So this is on the 15-minute charts. So the market was eagerly anticipating something going down. For this morning, we've got the core PPI month over month. Core PPI month over month was, you could say, neutral impact. Anything that shows up in black is neutral impact. So that was neutral impact here. Red folder, though, that's the core PPI. And then the PPI month over month, it shows that it was a negative impact. So lower than projected. Red folder, 945. Yellow folder, again, this is for Forex Factory. FOMC member Goolsby speaks. At 10 o'clock, we got two orange folders, preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment and preliminary University of Michigan inflation expectations. 10:45, FOMC member Logan is speaking. And then at 1:10, FOMC member Bowman is speaking. So at 10 o'clock, we have two more orange folders. And then we got the yellow folders before we bow out gracefully for the week. On our investing.com, of course, we got similar information. I like the breakdown. I ain't gonna lie. I like the breakdown on investing.com. PPI excluding food, energy, and transport month over month for September.
I
This
don't
was
think I
slightly,
minded as much, but I think I want it to be, it has too much stuff sometimes. I want it to not be as much information.
yeah,
You
well,
know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
on
mean,
the other, I'm on the other side when it comes to this stuff like the core PPI. When we start doing the oil rig, Hughes Bakery, and all the other stuff, I ain't keen on that. Um, but I see what you're saying. Month over month for September, that was a 1 star, excluding food, energy, and transport year over year for September, 1 star, 2 stars for the core PPI month over month and the month over month for September. The only one that started turning green was the core PPI year over year for September and the PPI year over year for September. The PPI month over month for September was 3 stars over here. And this is the one with the actual was lower than forecast. 1 star for Goolsby. 2 stars for the Michigan 1-year inflation expectation. This is coming up in 8 minutes. The 5-year inflation expectation, consumer expectation, that's all in that same category that we saw for University of Michigan on the other page. Consumer sentiment, all these were for October. Michigan current conditions, so the majority of these are 2 stars. All right. Fed Logan 1 star in about an hour. The WASDE report is 2 stars, and that's at noon. See, that's what I'm saying. Some of these other things that we don't see, I like to break down on those. 1 o'clock, this is where we start the U.S. Baker Hughes oil rig count, total rig count. Those are 2 stars. Bowman speaking over here is 2 stars. The federal budget balance for September is 2 stars. Bowman speaking again at 110. And then the CFTC speculative net positions. We have all of those happening. Those at 3:30. All right. And now those are 1 and 2 stars. And then we're done. We out of there. We gone.
Well, that's
We out
3:30. I mean,
out.
the day's over. It's 3:30. The day's over by then. We should be gone.
Yeah, well. So then we're in
Day's
agreement.
over. Okay, we're in agreement.
Right.
Yeah.
So far, you got SPX trying to break out of its 15-minute range. Okay. That's what's happening there. It's working his way up. It's basically trying to make 199 and a half. Ain't doing. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Coming
Yeah,
up on the
yeah,
rough side of
yeah.
the mountain, player. So it is doing its best to make it in. You heard me? So we got, don't forget we are at highs. And it keeps trying to break up past that 57.96. So that is what we are watching for. But as of right now, it is not fully broken out yet. So we will be keeping an eye on that for those who are doing the 15-minute breakout. Russell has already broken out. And it looks like it is ride, selling ride is what it looks like it's trying to do. So you can pretty much get a guesstimate of what it's on today. And the movement is what it is trying to do. It is not at all-time highs or in an all-time high area like SPX is. So we may expect to see something a little bit different that is happening in its place. I'm looking to see if there's any tickers. I don't see any tickers. All right. You ready with Mancini? Mancini,
No.
huh?
I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
Don't make me start singing because that'll just distract the process even further. So
Okay.
don't even start that.
Here's what I got. Right now, I know that there are people getting in, so I will take a look at since it's got some momentum. Let's take a look at
you can, well, no, nobody really trades Tesla, but
do my
SPY, Triple Q. Did you ever look at those? I don't think so.
They're on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I do mine a little bit differently. Let me see something. We'll get to.
Did you talk any tech stuff already?
There's not really too much going on.
What did you didn't mention the Tesla stuff that happened yesterday?
Nah, I'm not impressed
Right?
with Tesla right now. Tesla got this robo taxi that looks like a computer mouse that they trying to hawk to people. I'm just losing all kind of respect for Tesla right now. I'm just keep coming out with products. They keep coming out with stuff, and you be like, don't you want to make sure that work first? Like you
Oh,
want to
you mean
make
it
sure
needs
that
to work? It needs to work first? What are you
yeah.
talking about?
Don't you want to make sure it work before you start having
It
people
needs to work first?
so what ends up happening with Tesla, because they did so many Cybertruck recalls that the shares end up, first of all, they did the Cybercab Robo Taxi reveal. It was so unimpressive, the Tesla shares end up dropping. So it's like, well, you might want to, but if you think about the original Cybertruck when it came out, everybody was oohing and awing about its look, but not necessarily that was really about it. They've done nothing
Mm-hmm.
but they've done nothing but do recalls on Tesla stuff.
Well,
I mean, then there's always something going on with the software on it. It's like, why are we doing this? Um, the other thing that happened is that AMD is releasing their version of a AI semiconductor chip that's supposed to compete with Nvidia. Let me tell y'all something.
let me tell you something.
They can try as hard as they want. It's called it's Nvidia's Blackwell chip. Man, look, I'm not saying that there's no use in trying. I'm saying for right now, Nvidia got the market sewn up. It is what it is. This is Michael Jordan when he was winning offensive and defensive player of the year and the scoring title and the championship all in the same year. Like this is
Okay.
the level that these cats is on right now. Nice try. I mean, hey, you know, do what you do, but everybody looking at the chip and like, oh, they about to launch this rival. Yeah, but how is it gonna act once it gets out into the market? It sounds good when you testing it in a closed environment, but now you got to try to go up into these data centers and make sure you legit
Yeah.
in the area where Nvidia is proven. So I'm never gung ho about the latest chip coming out. I want to see what's gonna happen when it gets out in the marketplace and it makes some room. So yeah, anything dealing with Elon Musk, Tesla. I think SpaceX finally went and rescued the astronauts though. So that's
Okay.
good. They could quit hitchhiking now.
Yeah.
The hell is going on with that?
Ain't
Nigga, the one place I don't want to be trying to hitchhike is in space.
nobody rolling past.
No,
Nobody's
nobody.
gonna happen by.
Nobody. You realize how long
Yeah.
you gotta wait for the next person to come through?
Yeah,
No.
nobody's gonna happen by. That's true.
No. They don't even Uber can't even get if Uber can't get to you. We gotta
Uh,
rethink this.
oh my goodness. That's funny.
We gotta rethink this. Something ain't right. So I'm just very upset with what Tesla is offering as product right now. Getting on my nerves. They did not make Tesla also did not make their projection for how many cars they were going to deliver as well. So that was the thing too. So
On the
it's a lot
robo
going.
taxis, that they didn't make the projection on the number of robo taxis they were gonna
No,
do.
on the number of their regular cars, like the
Oh,
normal
okay.
standard cars. So
Mm-hmm.
they didn't reach their goals or make their projections or reach their projections. So that's also a thing that's happening.
Mm.
Yeah. So here we are with SPY. As we said yesterday, it has went past its previous high. So to me, it's looking like it's trying to retest. It came down, tapped this line. Looks like it is bouncing. If you want a buyer zone, you can do this here. I personally will probably possibly do something like that. Leg in, two in the base, leg out, something like that. But we got to wait for it to find this level at the top. So I would only be looking, if I was looking to mess with anything related to SPY right now, I will be looking at a put credit spread. Put credit spread at about 574. 574.
In a safe place.
82% out the money.
82. Wow.
574. The next one down is 75%, which we know somebody would be okay with.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding.
Would
So
be
10 cents on $100 collateral. That's 10% return on collateral. Would not be a bad idea for SPY. However, I guess it depends on what time you're trying to get in, but it's probably like it's trying to push on up. And don't forget, you always have your handy dandy broadening formation. That is also happening. Bang. And bang.
Janae said the cyber trucks are a bit too wide. You can't see them on narrow roads.
I enjoy technology as much as the next person, but I feel like Elon Musk is more of a celebrity. Like a lot of his customers are more so fans of him, maybe, than necessarily customers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like they just like him, it seemed like. So means nothing if you're making money. So but this is the broadening formation that I see on the daily chart as well. What that's looking like on SPY. SPY, Miss American Pie. All right. Here's what's going on for Triple Q. Looks just like SPY, to be honest with you. This is the same buyer zone right here. Same, put that in quotations, similar looking buyer zone that we just saw. You just saw this one. It looked pretty much like this. If you need a buyer zone, right? It is not quite at all-time high. It has room to run, but it is in a seller zone. And if you want to consider this broken through this seller zone, that's fine as well. So understandable. Right? So we got leg in, two in the base, leg out. And then I was doing leg in, base, leg out here. So it would be in this sell zone. If you wanted to go up to this next one instead, could do that as well. and do something like that. I would understand that as well. But I would also mark this one that it was in, just as a reference point. So how I would do that. So for me, that's still in a seller zone. Even though it poked out a little bit, it did go all the way through it in terms of at the top of it, but I consider that to be basing in that zone. So I will be looking for numbers based on this section, 493. Looks like it's probably pushing up. So this may be setting up for iron condor type play, just based on what I'm seeing right now, but it mostly looks like it's trying to be bullish. So I'll be looking at put credit spread. Put credit spread. So I would be in here. Say 489. 489, 488. Yep. 12 cents. $12 on $100 collider. 489. Let's look at, so 489 puts you right about there. Somewhere in there. And we are going, you could also do it this way and say 492 current price minus implied volatility. Whoops, try the other way. 492 minus 2.6. 489. 489. So that's always 10% return on collateral. Later on, you can always go at the top and see what the call credit spread is talking about. Right now, it will be about 12 cents. So together, on that $100, you're looking at about 24% return on collateral. All right. And that's one to grow on. Yep. So let's look at see what SPX has done. If it has done anything, has it broken out? It has broken out, people. Busting out, just busting out on the funk. Yep. It is out. It has ran up, created a little chair looking situation right here. So the question is whether or not it's going to do a turnaround somewhere in here. This line is based on the weekly broadening formation. That's what that yellow line is up here. So it could very well tap that and turn around. But as of right now, it is running its way up. All right. So it definitely retraced right here and took off. So if you were looking for the breakout, there it is. There it was. It's probably a better way of saying it. And of course, RUT has the same deal.
Janae said we crossed 5803. If we're once, I think I put a note in the comments in our Telegram today that above 5,800, elite option traders said that above 5,800, you want to make sure that it doesn't reject it, but you can go a little higher. And remember, these zones are not hard numbers. They are zones. So a zone, um, it has like a trampoline. It can bounce up into it and then come back down. So don't feel like, okay, hit 58, jumped over. If it can jump over, but if it don't stay over there, then it's a rejection.
Yeah, it's got to stay, player.
Got to stay.
All right.
All right. I'm ready if you are for Adam.
Go on, do your thing.
All righty. It says good follow through to start the day. As we fill out a new flag in SPX, 5775 to 5800. I provided two targets at 8 o'clock, 5788, 5800, and we hit 5798 again and dipped. No change. 5775 is weak, 5769 and 71 must hold. 5788, 5800 breakout to 5820 is live. If 5769 and 71 fails, then we can sell to 5752. Okay. Looks like Elite Option Trader just mentioned there's the test of SPX, the 5800. You're going to see how it, whether it hangs out up there or not. Okay. And there's that. All righty. There is that. I was asking in the chat if anybody was trading anything for today or closing anything up. I actually have my MU trade, the top of it, and let me share my screen. Let me see if I can get up here. MU has actually breached. MU has actually breached my call credit spread strike. Look at this triple Q over here. Can y'all see that? You should be able to. Triple Q over here filled that gap from the morning. It filled the gap and it's still climbing a bit. Got full time frame continuity. We'll see what happens. Tanya said my Google's still open. It took all week for theta to draw down. Yeah, when you've got volatility high, it takes a little bit for theta to draw down. I agree. So you see, y'all, we got our numbers. Basically, we had a 2-2-3 reversal. Right? Came down 2, 3. And then from that point, once it crossed over the top of this red, it was ready to move. I'm not sure if y'all can see that. You should be able to. I'll move this over a bit. I need to keep Western Digital over there, but I'll move this over some so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Okay, we had a 2 down, 3 up. The 2-3 reversal was there. Above this, the top of this 2 was entry. It kind of waited around a minute. Then we got this blue line is VWAP. So we know VWAP will provide support. If it stays above VWAP, then there. And then what did it do? It after a while, it came down into it. Boom, got some little rip, got some juice, and off it went. So now we're up, but the gap is now closed. And you wait to see what happens. Full time frame continuity to the upside for the day. What does that mean? Doesn't mean we're going to last all day. It's 10:15. But you now have a low established, and now you can go see will a high be established. If it is, then you operate accordingly. You can maybe look at a call credit spread above that, but you definitely want to be watching your entries and stuff for your credit spreads, right? For your credit spreads. Let's go look at my MU. I believe I have MU. Let me move this out the way. I think I have 106. 106 is my call credit spread strike. And MU, it is currently at 106 and some change. There is a gap up here. When I looked on the daily, it's filling a gap basically. Let me go to the daily chart. This is the gap. I thought I put it on the other screen. There's a gap here that is filling. I'm relying a bit on the fact that it'll hit this and come on back down. That's 107.38, but I've got it sitting here. If it goes up too much higher, if it's not, y'all know me, if it gets worth my 1.5, I took in $50. So if it gets up to 75, then it'll be gone. At this point, it's like 55. because it does seem to be still trying to pull back down. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to close it too quick to see. It just might turn back, but it's on a good green day. We'll see what happens, but I need to be below 106. And at this point, it's between, it's between the zones. If for those who like rolling, I'm not a huge fan of rolling, not because I don't think it's useful, just because I haven't really rolled. The best place to roll is when it's between two places. The best place to roll is when it's between two places there. Right, between both of your strikes. So if you have 106 and 107 are my strikes, and between these two strikes, it would be a good place to roll it. That way you could potentially roll it for a profit. So I may or may not consider that now that I'm talking about it, but I gonna give it a little more time and see what happens, and see if Moderna pulls back in this early window of time. This early window. And then I have XOP, which is on, and I have it at 140. It's also breached on the call credit spread side of XOP, which is the fuels, looks like oil and gas. 104 is my strike. Again, another one is at a gap, but I'm not 104, 140. I'm not, I don't know if I'm gonna wait around to see if it decides to fill this entire gap that it's into right now. I don't know if I want that, but this is what's happening with that one. Actually, that's not even the full of the gap, because the gap is from the close to the open. So it would have been up here. The top of the gap is 140, 159. I won't be there that long because I don't want myself to get breach. At this point, it's worth like $40. So I really could close it and still be in profit. And I may just do that because ain't nobody trying to sit around worrying about it all day long. Try to make a good week or not so good week just by hoping and praying. Nope. If it don't do what it's supposed to do, you let it do it someplace else. All right. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. I'll give it a little time. Tanya said her Google is drawn down, but Theta her strike has not been breached. So she's still in good shape. Definitely, if it's not breached, then let it do it. Let it play its thing. And even if it is breached, you definitely want to watch. Like I said, have whatever your risk management plan is, whether that's 1.5 of what you took in premiums or whatever, you're going to want to go with that. Okay. Definitely go with what your plan is. And if you don't have a risk management or a stop loss plan, then let's talk about how we can get you one put in place. Okay. Let's put you one in place. All right. Janae says, now that we passed psychological number 4,800, will it stay above that by the close of the day? So what you need to look at, I'm going to go look here, because what you need to look at, because it may and it may not, it's still early yet, but what you're going to look at is how does it respond on the smaller time frames at that level? There's that level. Will it become support? Well, we're at 58 and some change, 58 up here. So will it stay at that place? Let's go to, I'm going to take us down to maybe the 15-minute time frame. You want to see when it comes back down to touch it again, because at this point it's blown through it. If and when it comes back to touch it. Now you do have VWAP in between it. So you got to, but this is VWAP's at 57 and some change, right? See the VWAP here in the blue. Hope y'all can see this, the dark blue one here in the middle. Okay, so VWAP is going to provide some support as well. So if it comes back to test VWAP again, you want to see how does it number. But this VWAP is below 5,800. 5,800 is up here. 5,800 is so at this point the price action is at the second band of VWAP, right? And you know that the VWAP bands will also operate as support and resistance out there as well. VWAP, let me go because I need to add one more band, turn back on. There we go. I need to turn on the third band so that way we can see. Band number 3. Okay, I'm gonna make this red so we'll know that that's the big daddy. And let's get it a little thicker. Come on. Okay. Oh, I wanted both of them thicker. But out here, this outer band, this red out here, I'm not sure if y'all can see it. When I look at my screen, it's not always super clear. I want to make this one thicker too. Okay. So the red bands out here is that third, and price is going to want to stay between these outer bounds. This is the 3 standard deviations. 99% of the data is going to stay in between here. So price action is going to stay between here. So it may bounce back to the VWAP. VWAP is below 5,800. So is the answer to your question, will it stay above 5,800? Not really sure. Will it potentially stay above VWAP? You got a higher likelihood, but it can come back through here too, right? That means people got to sell and let it go and whatever. It's Friday, and y'all know how Fridays can be Friday in. Fridays be Friday in, right? Okay. All righty. So my short answer is watch your numbers, give it time. Let's see what we got for plus or minus numbers. Let's look at that, because that can also give you potential SPX. I'll bring it to the screen so that way everybody can see what I see. Oh, come on. Is there a reason why you're doing that? Okay, here we go. Let's fill the screen up. Okay. If we're looking at SPX on the day, we got a plus minus 24. So IV implied volatility of 24.7, so 25. If you subtract 25 from this 58.12, I would suggest, not investment advice, but I would definitely get closer to 25 points below current price, which puts you at, like you said, 57.90-ish. Yeah, 57.90, something like that. So that's a 76, 57.85, 57.90 is going to put you at the 80% probability out of the money. That's going to put you safer below the VWAP, below this implied volatility number, 57.85. Does that say? Oh, it says 57.85 and 80. Looks like that's paying about $60 right now. Yeah, I'd want you use all the things, right? So use your implied volatility number, use what the chart is showing, use in our case, we're looking at VWAP, use your, kind of use the tools that you have available to you that are going to, it's going to support which strike you should do. We are full time frame continuity to the upside. So it may continue up there, and we're above VWAP, which means we're bullish, but you want to make sure that you're still being safe, because we still know this SPX, and we know that SPX can, be SPX. And I'm not sure why I have this red in here. I didn't turn on pivots. Let me see where my pivots are, because that may offer us some support, some help too. The actual pivot is it here? Does that say support? Why is the pivot not showing? Resistance 1. This must be the pivot here. Wait, let me fix that, because I need to be able to tell the difference between those two. The pivot itself cannot be the same color as them other jokers. Okay. Red is the pivot place, and that's at 57.80. 57.80 will also do almost like the VWAP in support and give you the support there. So I would definitely get at or below the 57.80 at this point if you were trying to enter now. Okay, you could always do what's that thing we do? A PDT hack. That way you can lock in. You can lock in your thing. Okay. All righty. Looks like you got all the pieces to help you make an informed decision. An informed decision. Looks like Triple Q trying to slow down a taste. It still got full time frame continuity. The gap was filled way down here. I don't even want to look at the money I just left on the table, but All righty. We didn't have any looks. We didn't have any tickers that we looked at. Jamie took us through the ones that are necessary, our indices. What do we do on Fridays? First of all, we close out our stuff as best we can and as quickly as we can. Right? That's what we do. We close out stuff because if, you don't want to have to be fooling up in the afternoon if you don't have to. Try to get your stuff closed off. And then if you're going to reset something for next week, then do that. I'm turning my triple Q and IWM 1 DTEs back on. I'm turning those back on. So I will have those for next week. Gotta stay on track because my brain is now looking at other stuff. I'm turning those back on. So I've got triple Q and IWM. I turned them off for CPI and PPI because no reason to be worried about, like right now, with the way the price of triple Q is moving right now. If I had iron condors on yesterday, my call credit spreads would be in danger. They'd be in danger right now. And that is not what your girl wants at all. So anyway, I turned them back on today for next week. They'll close on Monday. My 1 DTEs will be ready to close on Monday, right? We'll go back in. Okay, my MU is now all the way done. So we're going to close it off because there's no reason. It's at $77. I remember I was just talking about what it was doing. Now it could be just moving because it's filling that gap, but it's already it's reached my risk management, my stop loss area. So we good. We'll let it go ahead and go. No reason to fight with something. No need to get in front of a moving train. It's actually bouncing off the top of that second band of the VWAP. So we'll see. But it's got full time frame continuity to the upside, though, which means it ain't trying to come back down. It should try to come on back to VWAP so I can so my trade can be okay. It should try that. Okay, I think I have something else on the screen. Here we go. SPX traders. We were just talking a whole lot about it, about SPX. These are the different things that you want to have a strategy, right? SPX got a lot of moving parts. And I talk about in this resource, I do talk about the implied volatility. I call it the plus minus number. Of course, that is not the official term. Janae wants me to call it implied volatility, and I will do because that's what it's supposed to be called. Even though it is a plus minus number, I'll call it what it's supposed to be called. Okay. But this resource will help you to trade 1 DTE, 0 DTEs, really 0, not 1, 0 DTEs on SPX, XSP, those indices that have 0 DTEs. It'll help you to trade those. All right. You can grab it over at spxplaybook.net for $27. Very, very inexpensive investment in order for you to get a strategy that you can use over and over every single day for 10% returns, at least 10% returns each day per contract. So the membership is open. This weekend, we're going to do, I believe, Jamie, did you decide you're doing Cash Flow 101 or not?
Not.
All right. Jamie say he's not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I didn't get enough.
Okay. No, that's cool. I'm just asking, were you?
I think Saturday should be a dark day.
Oh, okay. Why?
This Saturday.
What's happening Saturday that means it should be dark?
You taking a break.
Oh, you taking a break.
All of us need to be taking a break.
Okay. All right. Well then, the break it is. I'm flexible. I
mean, right. McDonald's did say you deserve a break today, right?
They said today. They didn't say to break tomorrow.
Well, we'll say it tomorrow. It'll still be valid.
It'll still be valid. True. Okay, well, there's no cash flow. Membership is open. basically one of the things we do inside the membership, and it's open to everybody, but we play Cash Flow 101, the Robert Kiyosaki game, on the second Saturday of the month, but not this month. Jamie's taking a break, and we are taking a break because this month we have run hard this month. We have did the charting challenge 3 days a week. We did Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the entire month of September into the beginning of October. So we made it do some stuff this week for sure. This month, not just this week, this month. So it's time for us to take a little bit of a break, I guess. So yeah, let's go with that. That's cool. All right. Membership's open. If you want to join us over there, you're welcome to do that. And if there's nothing else, Jamie, we're gonna go ahead and close down we're gonna batten the hatches.
All right, God be with you. God. Oh, sorry. Benediction song. My bad.
I know the song. This is why because I will start singing it and then be like, y'all already know.
Benediction song.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jamie. Janae said Jamie is like, why you keep putting this on me? I keep putting it on him because that's his Cash Flow 101 is his thing. I'm just going with what he
that's my thing. Usually people be saying that, we said we was gonna make it to where people, will when people request it, we didn't want to force it on people, so nobody was asking. Okay. So we don't want to put nothing out there that's not going to be useful or beneficial.
This is true. That's the whole truth right there now.
Yeah, but I play Cash Flow like every week regardless. So
okay. So you're not going to miss out on nothing, no way.
I'm going to be playing it tomorrow probably at some point, but
Okay. All righty. Then here we are. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, that you gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war and our fingers to fight. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yeah, amen. All righty. Everybody. I want you all to have a great day today. Okay. Make sure that you don't fall into the trap of Fridays and ruin your weekend. I know about this because I've ruined way too many weekends doing this. Okay. So, yeah. All righty. I want you to stay green. I want you to get this money. All righty. And I want you to enjoy and have a great green day. All right, everybody. Goodbye.
All righty, people. Hasta luego.
Hasta. I can now. Sorry about that.